Back in the game, you'll notice I'm not grooming my mustache right now because this is what it looks like when you have the sharp edges because your barber finally got to it. He said, I like the new look. I like that you're letting it, grow out on the edges, but he had to actually go to work on it. I would be remiss if I pretended like I could get the edges this crisp all by myself. And I'm thinking I'm going to let the chops grow in as high as I can get them up here without it looking, kind of. Now here, actually, it's coming in nicely, but we'll see how it goes. In any case, I wanted to bend your ear for a few minutes. I'm not going to keep you long tonight. Here's the game. I've got good news, and I also have a warning. I have a client who's also a friend who came to chat with me about a project that he'd been working on. And we had been working on this project for a little while. He is someone who came to me, friend of a friend. He was someone who was referred to me. And one of the things that we ended up talking about was how to monetize what he knows. Okay, how to take the things that he can do and make them work a little harder. So what we did is he ended up coming onto the Patreon. And for the record, I'll show you, let's see. On Patreon, the article that we ended up really bonding over. There. How to subject matter expert. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a link to it in the chat next, right here. How to subject matter expert. How to take what you know, focus it, and make money on it. Not being an all-around, but taking a skill you already know, letting that become your side project. Now, that's not the point. We can talk about that later. Here, let me do this. I'm going to put it right here in the side section for everybody who wants to take a look at that. Here's the good news. Here's why I'm proud to talk to you and why I had to give him a warning. I don't know if any of you have heard of a phrase called lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep. Creep, as we know, is when something comes up very slowly and you almost don't see it and you say, wait, did that happen? Was that my imagination? I'm not sure. Best example I can give, I'm going to nerd out on you with this one. Do any of you remember an episode of Doctor Who called Blink? It is one of the most terrifying episodes of Doctor Who, which is not a scary show. And what they did in Blink was come up with a new type of monster. It's the best way to describe it. It was a 2007 episode. You can see some 9.8 out of 10. It is one of the best episodes of Doctor Who ever, period. Because it came up with a monster that you can look at it and it can't hurt you. But if you turn around, it starts to come towards you. When you look back, you say, wait, did that get closer to me? And the only way to defeat it is to look at it the whole time. And they're called weeping angels. Amazing. Amazing. And you never see it move. But I hope you guys get a chance to watch it. The reason I use that as an example of creep. Okay. Hey, how you doing, BK? Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you taking time out of your evening. The reason, and for everybody, like, share, and subscribe. We talk about three things on this channel. We talk about money because money is my favorite subject. Money is what we're going to talk about tonight. Money is a great slave, terrible master. We talk about world travel. I've lived in about 15 countries and I bring friends on from all over the world. We also talk about social issues, and you'll notice a lot of things we've been talking about that are really important. What did he say? Watch out for the statues of angels. Yeah, you know what's up. Well, lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is what happens when business is going well, not quickly well, mind you. Not fast like, bang, I just got a giant check I didn't know about. Lifestyle creep is what happens when the money starts to slowly ramp up. Starts to, get that 1 or 2% you didn't know you had coming. Now all of a sudden you look down and people utter those famous last words. They say, I've got a little bit of extra money. There's no such thing as extra money at all. Matter of fact, when I was a financial professional, I hated that word, extra, that phrase, extra money. What ends up happening is this. When your lifestyle starts to creep up on you, it means before, let's just say, after all your bills are paid, after you put 20% away, saving it for later, you find yourself with, I don't know, a couple of $100 or a couple of 20s, whatever it is that fits your budget. Not a lot of money. But you notice you didn't have that money before. So what do you say? You know what? It starts out simple and innocent. It starts out, there is this restaurant I normally take my mom to, my dad to, on her birthdays, anniversaries. I'm going to take them just because it's Saturday night. I'm going to call them up, say, hey, we're going out at the blah, 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 just because. That's a great thing. But then you know what? Next month, you notice you've got a little bit more money than you thought you had, maybe more than you did last month. So this time, it's not just to show your parents you love them. Call your buddies and say, hey, let's all go down to the fun spot. Then you start saying, normally, I have a budget for my tank tops. My budget for my tank tops are about $25. That's a stretch. I try to keep it about 15. But now all of a sudden, you can have custom tank tops made. You can call and say, I want one with my face on it on this side, Bane, my spirit totem, on the other side, and we're locked playing in the Mercy Battle like old school WWE. Well, that's a $50 order, but you've got it. Except now you forget that there was a time before you were going to that fancy restaurant all the time. There was a time before you were going out to that fancy restaurant every other week. Notice how I started with just going with mom, and then the next month it was with your buddies. Now things that were once luxury, once they were special, now all of a sudden, well, I need it. More importantly, I deserve it. And you might. Game. Lifestyle creep leads to golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs, listen. I've seen golden handcuffs. I'm going to give you an example. When I was a financial professional, we got paid on a commission-based system. When we earned our clients' money, we earned money. It's a great system to live under. We had a guy that earned a $75,000 commission. And we have a meeting every Monday. Everybody's business is on the table. There were no secrets of who made how much. Everybody knew how much money everybody else in the office made. And we all clapped for him. And our managing partner said, now listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take $5K. You take your wife and kids to Disneyland. We were in Vegas, so it was close to Disneyland. He said, I want you to show them a killer weekend. I want you to buy those kids every t-shirt and stupid hat they want. Bring them back. Then I want you to take another $1,000 the next weekend. Take your wife out for a staycation in the city somewhere. Nice, luxurious hotel. Give her the massage, the fingernail thing, and the thing where you put your feet in the water and the little manatees eat the dead skin off. I don't even know what that's called. Now, I don't want you to take out more than $5,000 or $6,000 because this is a financial business. Things happen. We know things can. Thank you for the compliment. Things happen. We know that things every now and then can go backwards. And what he said is that if things don't go right with this company, even though you've already got the check, we don't want to have to reverse that commission and have it hurt you. What happened with that company 3 months later? Hostile takeover. New team came in. When a new team comes in, they often have their own financial people. And they said, this is not personal. We're going to take the investment out of your company, give it to the other company that I've been working with, which is good business. The people that got you there are the people you stick with. Except that reversal came back out of his check. Now, do you think he was smart enough to only take out $5,000, $7,000, take his wife and kids out for a good time? He can make that money back in a week or two. Easy. Nah. He bought a new car. He didn't buy a $75K new car. He bought like a $125K new car because he's only got to pay $70 on it, right? Now that dude is staring down the barrel of the $75 he owed the company plus the rest that he owed the car place. And it was it was sad because you saw a man who wasn't going to earn any money at all until he paid it off. That's the thing. I mean, it was It was sad. So what I want you to do is I want everyone to understand the value in having that money. But understand, just like I always preach budgeting, I preach budgeting, I preach budgeting. Be honest with your budgeting. Because what we do is we tend to hide money from ourselves. Let's say you have a budget and you say, I pay all my bills and then I have 1,000 left. And out of that 1,000, I put, which represents random number. We're going to say it represents 20% of my income. I'm going to put 10% in cryptocurrency, 5% in this, and another 5% in that. Now, all of a sudden, you've got 25% more than you thought you did. So you do your regular investments, but that other 5%, you say, I'm not going to put this in my budget sheet because the budget sheet that I've got going, I don't care whether you guys use QuickBooks, Quicken, a good old-fashioned spreadsheet. I hate spreadsheets. Or a program. They don't put it in there because they know the program is going to tell them, oh, whenever we have more money than this amount and this percentage, it goes here, 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 and there. Now you're going to be held accountable for it. Hey, Jamar. Hope you're having a great evening. Hey, Raining Woman. It's always good to see you. And what ended up happening is he's starting to get used to money that he didn't get used to before. I said, it's good to feel good about this money. Take some of it, go out, have a good time. But why don't we budget that the same way? Why don't we say if you've constantly been earning more money every month since you've looked at your own ability to earn and increased, why don't we do this? Why don't we just put it in the budget and look at it as percentages? Because I never care how much how much money anyone makes. That doesn't bother me. When I was a financial professional, I had clients that would ask me, they'd say, this is how much money I make. I don't care how much money you make. Don't tell me. The first time we would sit down together and I'd go over numbers with them, I don't care how much money you make. Never impressed me. What percentage are you saving? I don't want people here to fall into that lifestyle creep trap. I don't want the people here as they learn not just what I have to say about money, right? But the things that other people are giving you, those pieces of wisdom that you're getting from other places, the books that I suggest, the things that I talk to you about. Please don't fall into that trap. Be honest with yourself. If you got more money than you thought you were going to have, divide that money up into your budget. I might have to do a show on just how to write a budget. And it's going to be real short because it's not complicated. It's hard to stick to. Let me back up for a second. I'd be remiss if BK always reminds me to show everybody my LinkedIn. This is what I do. This is one of my streams of income that I built over time, first by reputation, and then I added it to my LinkedIn. If anybody here wants to catch me on LinkedIn and add me as a friend, you're welcome. Hey, brother Escrow. If anybody here wants to add me as a friend on LinkedIn, that's fine too. I'm the same person everywhere. That's who I am. And I always tell people the same thing. You know where I'm going with this. I say, don't look at my resume first. Skip all that. We can come back up to that. When you talk to someone who you're going to trust with business, to do business with, to take money from, as well as give money to, a lot of you people don't investigate the people that want to pay you. I want to be clear. We need to talk about that another time. I'm having too many people talk to me about how I've got this business thing going and this guy just came up with some money and now it turns out, he's unreasonable. He's a dirtbag, or even worse, he's not who he says he is. Why aren't you researching people who give you money if you're running that kind of business? Let me come back for a minute. I tell people, find me on LinkedIn. Look at who I am. Look at who my references are. Look at the people that are willing to say under their professional name and their company, Wateef is who he says he is. That guy, yeah, he's legit. And then go up. Then go up. Here's the one I was just talking to you guys about. I do expat relocation services. I'm a permanent resident in Brazil. A lot of you know that I live here. I've lived in about 15 countries. Here is my new home. I help people who want to move to Brazil legally. I help them do all the paperwork necessary. My team is all Brazilians who are bilingual. It is not fun, nor is it easy. Anyone who's trying to help you through this process that promises you they can do it this way, that doesn't start with a battery of questions to find out specifically your situation, is leading you down a grim path. Anybody who says, oh, I already know the answer and I can find this out and I can just have it done in a week or two, it's bullshit. It's a lot of bureaucracy involved. That's why I'm paid when I'm paid, because I don't have those people that get turned around at the border. Yes, this is an advertisement for me. And I'll put my LinkedIn address here as well. Haha, love talking about money. Boom. Brother Nathan, yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to put up something on my budget. I'm going to sit down and do an entire exercise on my budget and how I budget. I say that to say this. I don't want to take up too much of everyone's time tonight. That was going to be a horrible English sentence. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. As always, please be safe wherever you are. I wish you the best. I'm having a great day. Somebody that I was able to help is having a great day. It doesn't get any better than that. This is the article that brooked the discussion that we ended up talking about. That article can be found on my, show everybody this as well. Boom. It's on my Patreon. Patreon is where I say things that are a lot less interesting than anything I will do on YouTube. Patreon is where a lot of the hard money questions go, a lot of the hard travel questions go, a lot of technical details on how I do things go. It's entertaining, but YouTube is fun. Patreon, not so much fun. You're going to get a lot of hard information. You're going to get homework on Patreon. Anybody who's on my Patreon saw what I posted earlier today. You're going to get homework. You're going to say, hey, we need to work on this. And I have different levels. I'm not going to read through it all. But that's going to be, let's see, what's the most recent post I did today? No, Evil Always Plans. No, it didn't register. I have another article that I just posted. In any case, everybody have a great night. Talk to you soon. And look in the comment section right now. I can't type and do anything else at the same time. Boom. Make sure you all like, share, and subscribe. This is important. This is important. And there's the Patreon. All right.